Hey, I'm Uday, team lead of our news credibility analysis project. So today my team is Shubham and Vidhi, and I are excited to present our milestone one, the classical machine learning engine for misinformation detection. So in the world of information overload, distinguishing a fact from sensationalism is a massive challenge. And our objective for milestone one was to build a robust, deployable MVP that classifies news as credible or misinformation using traditional ML algorithms like XGBoost and many more. So we have moved beyond simple text analysis by implementing a hybrid feature engineering approach.
So, hello, myself Shobit, and I'm doing the data cleaning and NLP engineering part in our project. So, first of all, I imported the required libraries. Then I load the dataset. We use the Wellfig dataset from Kaggle. Then you can see our sample data. Then I firstly check the shape of our data, and it is showing about 72,000 rows and four columns. And then I drop all the null values, and after dropping null values, it is showing that it is about 71,000 rows and four columns. All right. Then for data cleaning part, I first drop this unnecessary column, which is unnamed, because I guess it is totally unnecessary in our data set. Then secondly, I merged our title and text column into one single column called content, because fake news often has misleading titles. So if we train the model on only the title or only the text part, it would contradict. That's why we merged into single. Okay, then I created one function that clean text from our content column. It removes URL, hashtag, special character, and extra spaces from that. Okay. After that, when I see the label column, it contains one corrupted value, so I removed it. Then after that, I sample the data into 50-50 fake and real. I mean, I sample the I balance the data to create a 50-50 real versus fake split using sklearn.resample library. After that, for dimension for dimensionality and efficiency, I downsampled the overall data into 20,000 rows, and it directly improved recall 0.95 by forcing the model to truly learn the difference. And for and then we achieved a 94% efficiency within our 48-hour sprint. And then I exported the clean data set as cleannews.csv. So this was my part.
So I am responsible for the core hybrid engine and modeling pipeline. Shobit must have taken you through the data cleaning. Now my was to ensure that the system evaluates not just what is said, but how it is said. And for that, we started with TF-IDF vectorization. As here you can see, it takes max features as 5,000, and this captures our top vocabulary keywords while filtering out the noise to prevent the overfitting. Nextly, we have also used Bada Sentiment Analyzer. So what it does is it specially tunes to quantify the emotional intensity, something that fake news highly relies on. Here we have used it. Nextly, we have also used a sentiment score for every article. For that, I have used SkyPy's extract function, and this is used to merge the sentiment scores with our TF-IDF vectors. And this creates a hybrid feature set to combine the vocabulary with emotional intensity into a single mathematical structure. Next, for the model selection and training, with our features ready, I evaluated four different algorithms. The logistic regression provided a decent baseline, but then struggled with the complex interaction between words and tones. So then we switched to the XG, I should say boost, because it uses gradient boosting and it builds trees sequentially where each new tree corrects the errors of the previous one. And this is far more superior than the random forest. And then it also captures the subtle patterns in a messy high dimensional data loss. I also set the evaluation metric to log loss and it strictly monitors the model's confidence during training. Nextly, about the results and conclusion, we have achieved a final accuracy of 94%. And also the recall for the fake news is 0.95. This means that our engine successfully catches 95% of the misinformation and we minimize the false negatives, ensuring that the system is reliable for any real world deployment.
So this is our project live. We have hosted it here. Here we can paste the URL of our link and it will scrape the data from the website and verify the accuracy for that. And even we can paste the article here if we have something and verify its accuracy. So for the meanwhile, I've selected 2 articles. I got 2 articles. This is about CBSE debunks fake notice on class 10th related to something like that. If I enter the link here and click run forensics analysis, so what it does is, let's see. Okay, so it is deceptive anomaly with the confidence of 59.73. So that is pretty good, I believe. So here is the data which it extracted from the website, and here we can download the file too, which is the result of our extraction. So if I analyze another site, which is this, if I change it here and click run forensic analysis, it will scrape all the data and say 95% of confidence, where this dataset was not included into our dataset, into our training dataset or our test dataset when we were training our model. So it was completely new to us. So if I click the download the Excel, so it will download some report for me. If I'll show you the report, so it is the report and all the things. So we achieved a flabbergasting accuracy of 94.90 with anomaly recall of 95%. That is pretty good in my sense. So thanks. This was our project.